Hello everyone, we're Zenith Corps. I say we because I'm standing here and my brother is standing over there behind the camera. Above me is our statement art piece. This would have originally been in a large public area for lots of people to enjoy. The idea would have been to shine a light on someone as they walked across the area and make the light follow them along. The hope would have been to create a collage of different colored lights crossing over each other as people went about their daily lives. But it's September 2020 and I'm just a student. So instead, I'm standing here on my lawn under my tree. To make this project work, we used some cheap motors to attach a laser to, a cheap laser to attach to our motors, and a Raspberry Pi to control everything. Electronics are all handled by this custom soldered circuit board, and a Raspberry Pi camera gives us the information we need to motion track people. Let's talk about motion tracking a little bit more though. So how do we detect motion in a computer? You have to remember that, to a computer, all a video is a series of images, one after the other after the other. And we just play them back to back really fast. We as humans are the ones that see those images in a row and put it together to mean movement. Oh, this person was here, and now they're over there. So to a computer, what we need to do is we need to find a way to notice that change or that difference in pictures and track it and follow it as it goes across the screen. Here's how it works. First, we need to build up some backlog of frames. We need to know what happened in the past to decide if the future has changed. So we get a bunch of pictures at the start of the video. Then, as we go along, we take a new image every frame, and we compare it against 3 seconds ago to figure out what it was different. To compare the two, we first take the two images and we grayscale them, black and white. That makes it easier for the computer to process, so we can do it a little bit faster. Then, we subtract one from the other. We create the difference. And this lets us see, to a computer, or to a digital camera, what has changed between the two frames. Now, we just need to see if the change is big enough to be actual movement, or if it's just noise generated by the camera. We can run a threshold function, which says anything that's changed by a large enough amount is worth talking about, or it's worth noticing. So when I move from here to here, all of this area of the image has changed by a rather significant chunk. But the image that was over there, at the other side of me, hasn't changed all that much. This is the part we need to focus on. Once we have that, we can draw a box around it, and we can point a laser at it. And that is how we track motion with a computer. So we've invited our friends over to come see what this is about. We've got our gimbal rigged up in the tree, and we've got everything wired up and ready to go. All we've got to do now is start it, which I'm going to do from this Raspberry Pi here, which I have set up to remotely connect to the Raspberry Pi outside in our tree. All I've got to do is run the command here, and it's actually going to start the Python script on the other Raspberry Pi, which will let us do the motion tracking on our friends. So all in all, our friends had a good time, and this was a pretty fun project. But we did make a couple of design errors. For instance, the laser works best at night when it's dark and you can see everything, but the camera doesn't.